All right, moving on to more bits and pieces. We have here new to Cole and new to the 73 TR6, a pair of high back seats. These were donated to Cole from a follower on our website and our YouTube channel, I should say. And they're actually really in amazing shape. They need a little bit of TLC. As you can see here, this base seat has been recovered. However, we do have a replacement seat for that. This is the factory original, but this one is needing some TLC as far as the cushion. But all in all, they're in extremely great shape. This one over here is just needing some TLC with the clips. We can fix that. And Fred had a set of brand new diaphragms for the seats. So this is gonna be a project that my buddy Dave and I will work on. We do actually have an extra high back seat that we got from Fred and Jody, and we will probably be using some bits and pieces. This even has some hardware here and hardware over here on this side. Looks like we're just missing a button that goes on the side, and we're also missing a little handle, which I think we can probably find. So this is a nice unexpected thing that we got from our friend Brad and Marilyn. So we want to thank Brad for the donation. We really appreciate it. All right, here we are, a quick follow-up video to the last one. As you can see, after using the spray detailer, the seat looks like $1 million. It really looks amazing, and that's just after a very simple cleaning, along with little elbow grease and a little bit of speed shine on there. You can see here, the seat actually looks pretty good, considering it's been sitting in storage for quite some time. But as you can see, I think this seat has some potential. Definitely the seat bottom can be used. This is the correct pattern here. Just missing a cushion, but I've got a cushion, as I said before. Good mechanisms. And quite frankly, even though we have this blemish here on this side, I could probably tidy that up a little bit and make that look really nice, and nobody's going to see it. That's at the very, very bottom. You might see it when you open the door. That would be the only thing, but all in all, quite a beautiful example. Not bad for 50 years old. My seats in my red TR6 are actually in a little bit better shape than this. It's just very unfortunate about this one piece here. But cleaned up nicely. There's some potential for using parts of this seat. Here we are, Wednesday, March 12th, hump day. We are working on seats today. Right, Cole? All right. So we are trying to figure out a way to disassemble. This is a high back seat here. We're trying to disassemble the back sides and the base of this one. As you can see, this frame is pretty crispy and I don't think it's salvageable. So we are going to attempt to try to take the cover, which is actually in decent shape. We're going to try to take this off and see if we might be able to use it elsewhere. So wish us luck. Okay, after deconstruction, this is what's left of a 1970 to 72 high back seat for a Triumph TR6. We have removed the seat bottom, the center section, the side bolsters left and right, and it looked like the foam was still in pretty good shape, and then the back is good. So from what I can tell, I've never taken one apart. This has 5 vinyl pieces. You've got the seat bottom, you've got the side bolsters, the center section with that's part of the headrest, and then of course you've got the back that covers up everything that you're pulling together. So all of this seems to be in pretty good shape. and we will take it from there. All right, we've got Cole in the action. This is seat number 2. This seat is actually a spare parts seat. However, the seat bottom is in really good shape. Even though it's tan, we could dye it. So we are going to take this seat apart for parts because we've got a nice driver seat or a driver high back seat, but the base is not the correct one. So we're going to see if we might be able to salvage this. All right, so we're losing light quickly, but what we did discover is we've got a really good frame here, got a little bit of surface rust, and actually some of the padding's in really good shape on this frame. So I think this frame is a keeper. We will clean this frame up. As you can see, not much to keep here. However, the seat bottom on this tan seat is actually completely intact, so I might try cleaning that up a little bit. And then we have some really good bits and pieces over here for the black vinyl that we wanted. So all in all, an interesting project, learning how to take these apart. I guess it's always easier to take them apart than to put them back together. But the good news is we did come up with a really good frame. So all in all, a success. Well, good morning, friends. It is Monday, May 17th. Today is tax day in the US. Yes, tax day was moved from April 15th to May 17th. Taxes are in and on their way. So, as you can see, I have a little helper here. I have Simba, our family cat. He seems to love sitting in the high back TR6 seat. So what are we doing this morning? We are working on replacing a panel, and I have to say a disclaimer, I've never done this before, but we have a bad panel, and since the 70 to 72 seat back comes in 3 pieces, actually 4 if you consider the back. You've got the 2 side bolsters, the center section, and then the back piece. I'm going to attempt to replace it with a good piece. So as you can see, this seat's in pretty good shape. We've been working on some videos trying to figure out how we're going to take 4 seats and make them into 2 good seats. So just for those people who may not be familiar with these seats, this is the back cover. Everything behind this is basically where the webbing's at and also how the pieces are glued together. You have 2 side pieces that you see here. The side piece here. So that's 1, 2, 3, and the last part is the center section. So the headrest all the way down, center section is a piece itself. So with some help from the family cat, we are going to attempt to put this piece in. We took this from a donor vehicle, and it's actually in really nice shape. You can see here how this is done. That's pretty simple. There's a piece of cardboard down here at the bottom to keep the bottom rigid. I'm not sure how well that's going to hold up. As you can see, it's cracked a little bit, but we might be able to use it. So, but as you can see, this piece is certainly in better shape than this one. So with the help of my trusty assistant, Simba the cat, we are going to attempt to see what we can do about eliminating this ugly piece. Wish us luck. So the devil's always in the details. As you can see here, we actually have a very, very good frame in very good shape. Just a little tiny bit of surface rust. All the mechanisms work properly as they should. But it looks like we're missing something. Yes, that's correct. We are completely missing the cushion. So what I will need to do is take this out to the dumpster and clean it out really, really good. I was able to get the back panel off. Something that I would recommend, since these are so old, is if you take a flathead screwdriver and very gently try to remove the clips, it will make your life a lot easier. I happen to be in pretty good shape here, but as you can see, somebody has attempted to remove this at one point. This is just cardboard. and it becomes very brittle over the years. But this one's actually in pretty good shape. Some staples I need to clean up a little bit. Looking here at the back, it looks like the webbing that's here is pretty tired, but certainly manageable. And we will be attempting to remove this piece. And let me see if I can get over here to get a better view of what we're doing. We're going to attempt to remove this panel without messing anything up. The panel is secured by these clips. I don't know if you can see those there. There's several clips that secure it. Looks like some of the clips are missing. I have extra clips. I will have to remove some of this hardware here. I will have to remove the tilt release as well as the seat back release. So I'll do that next.
We always need to hear both sides of the story. Both sides.
All right, so I've managed to remove the hardware. I removed the back adjustment and then the tilt mechanism. As you can see here, it's been removed from the back, which also primarily holds in this back piece here that you see. Although the flap is generally glued down here, I'll probably have to tidy that up once I put everything back together. But you will have to remove this portion to be able to get the tilt mechanism off. And to be able to get this panel off, we had to remove this mechanism. Just a note of caution, and I only know this from my own experience of doing this. These springs, if they come off, they are very problematic to get back on. My first set of high back seats, these had come off. I think it was because they were slightly bent, and it took me the better part of an hour to get them back on. I got pretty lucky here. These seem to be on and are intact. So also there are these little pieces here that will hold this securely to the seat. That's also very important to have so it doesn't run straight through. And this one's really in great shape. It's got a nice handle on it. So I might tidy this up a little bit as well, hit it with a little bit of paint. But we're gonna move on to the panel. Okay, so I have successfully removed the panel. One bonus is that the panel did have a very good piece here. This piece holds the bottom nice and rigid. And here are all my clips that we took off of. So I'll be able to reuse these clips to secure. I will have to do some gluing in the process, but pretty simply this piece basically just fits right up in here and gives it a nice firm edge. So I'm going to attempt to clean some of this up. The foam is actually not bad at all. I've seen way worse, so I think I can reuse this. So I'm going to attempt to do a test fit and try to get this piece put back on. All right, friends, we are done. I was able to replace this piece here. It looks almost identical to the original. It's not perfect. I've got a few little adjustments to make maybe here. I pulled a little bit too tight, but all in all, I'm just really pleased with it for doing this for the very, very first time. I'm really happy with it. I was actually able to get everything nice and tidy in here. Everything went back together really nicely. You can see the back here looks really nice and tidy. And so I was actually kind of amazed that I was able to do this without ever doing it before. So really happy and excited with this. Again, this is the passenger seat. And if you'll remember from the previous video, we actually had a horrible scar that was here on this piece over here. I don't know if I might still have it here. Here it is. This is what we were contending with. So This is what it looked like before and after. So very excited about how that turned out. I'm sure my beautiful wife didn't expect me to be using her kitchen as a upholstery shop, but that's what I did today. So one seat down. You might notice that we were a little gimpy here in the middle. We will still need to address the center section of this seat, although the outside cushion, I have all the pieces. I have brand new cushions. That piece comes off pretty easily. It's just one piece. So I will attack that at a later time, but I will call the replacement of the vinyl panel complete. Very happy with it, and looking forward to getting the rest of the seat done.
While small coffins are lined up sadly.
Good morning, friends. This is day 2 of the Triumph TR6 high back seat project. You are looking at a 1970 to 72 driver's side high back seat for a Triumph TR6. We, of course, are working on Cole's 1973 Triumph TR6. And we prefer the high back seats like I have in my car. So this is the only driver frame that I have, and although the parts and pieces are interchangeable, the frame, at least to my understanding, is not. So I've already taken the back piece off here. It actually was not attached properly, so it kind of fell off. So just want to do a quick walk around, kind of a before. As you can see, it does seem to be in pretty good shape. The piping has a little bit of wear to it, but I think I can correct that. A couple little H spots here. Some things that we'll need to tidy up here, which I think I can do now. And then this is the back side here. So today's project will be about removing the incorrect seat bottom. As you can see, that is not the correct seat bottom. It should have this pattern here that goes all the way through. So I'm going to go ahead and start deconstructing this and have a little bit better level of confidence now that I've already done the passenger side. So I'm gonna get to work on this one and see what I can do. Just a quick note here before I start removing things. As you can tell, this certainly is not the factory original seat bottom. You can tell from the bottom side it's been, somebody tried to recover it using what they had, but it looks like the frame is in excellent shape. Doesn't seem to have very much rust, a little tiny bit of surface rust. The mechanism seems to be working, and I'm not sure if the back will release, but I'm sure I can get it too. So just a kind of a view, a little bit better view on the back side of the seat. But all in all, I think the seat's going to be in pretty good shape. I'm going to interesting use of clips. These are the clips that you're supposed to use to hold it down on the inside. This is actually was supposed to be glued to the frame. So hopefully once I take it off, there's no issues with the frame. All right, we have managed to get all of the old vinyl, or redone vinyl, I should say, off. It was actually hog ringed in. I can see some residue from some glue maybe in the past. A couple spots that need a little bit of attention, but this lip is completely intact, which you need to glue, but it's a little bit bent, so we'll have to pound that out a little deformed over here, but I think we can work on that. Looks like somebody did replace the foam, but we are getting ready to flip this over. But again, this was certainly an aftermarket job that somebody did, and what they did is they actually hog ringed the vinyl to what looks to be kind of a burlap strapping. So let's see if we can get this off without ruining anything. All right, so far mission accomplished. We were able to get the vinyl seat that somebody had made. We were able to get that off, and it does look like whoever put this on, they did glue it. This does seem to have some decent padding on it. Like I said, I do have padding for this, so I'll have to decide if I want to try to save this or to put the new padding on it. Probably would make a lot of sense to just put the new padding on it, so it's nice and tight. You can see in here kind of how that works there. That webbing I've never seen before. It looks like somebody did that instead of using what they should have used, which was a seat diaphragm. They made their own. So far so good, and we managed not to ruin anything, so let's keep going. All right, so here we are. After lots of pulling and prodding, I was able to replace the seat bottom with one I already had. It's not perfect. It's a little crispy on the bottom, so I will have to try to tidy that up a little bit. I was able to fix this piece over here, which was missing, but I do have a bit of a hole here, so could probably use a new panel. A couple spots here are a little crispy, but again, this is what I have and what I have to work with. This cushion seems to be in pretty good shape. Like I said, maybe a little bit more stretching, a little bit of work right here. It's probably where something was laying on it for a long period of time, so I might have to stick it out in the sun. But so this is a little bit better than, actually a lot better than what we had, and I'm going to attempt to work a little bit more on this. As you can see up here, we have an issue right here, so I'm going to attempt to fix that here in a moment. So the next time you see this, I should have this cleaned up. All right, here we are. I was able to get the seat installed and also did a little bit of repair to the seat. The seat looks really good for 50 years old. It's by no means in perfect shape, but the fit and finish looks pretty good here. And I was able to clean this up over here to make it look better. I did have to deal with a not so good back panel. The cardboard was kind of coming apart, and it was not as easy as I thought it would be. But all in all, it came out really good. We got the hardware put back on. This seat, of the two of them, comparison to the passenger seat, is not as good of condition, but I did get lucky. I did have a good seat bottom to replace the one that had been put on there incorrectly. So with that said, and with the help of my bird over there, we can call the driver's seat done. I think it came out really good, and I'm really, really pleased with the way it looks.
White man turns the corner, finds himself within a different world.
Well, here's the final walk around of the pair of high back seats that I've been working on for the last couple of days. As you can see here, they both look really good. This is the driver's seat with all the hardware, and here we have the passenger seat, and I'm really happy with the way that they came out. I'll try not to fall in the pool while I do this, but let me give you an idea. There's the hardware for the passenger side, looking splendid. And kind of went out of my comfort zone today and yesterday. I am not an upholstery person, but very happy with the way they look. And so I thought they'd look really nice out here in the pool area. What every man needs, a pair of Triumph TR6 high back seats sitting next to the pool. Yay. So I will call this job completed. Not perfect by any stretch of the means, but I think it'll be good enough for Cole's car. I think it's going to look great. So we really appreciate all of you watching, and hopefully we'll be able to put these in the car very soon.